I've been sad for over a year. I see it in my face still, in my eyes. Some days it feels like I'm drowning, treading water. Sometimes I have the relief of my head reaching the surface. I've been keeping myself safe, isolating by the sea, salt seeping into my wounds. How can I live my life without burning it to the ground? Without escaping emotions that feel like I'm being swallowed by fear, by my past, by men. I've felt devoured by men's desires, consumed, eaten. How can I survive the pain of living without hurting myself for the relief, for the annihilation? I sometimes feel like I'm on the edge of a precipice, staring into the abyss, daring myself to jump, to feel the void, to feel the lack of feeling, or the extreme of euphoria. I've been grieving parts of my life, the people, places, things I had to leave behind. I've wanted to cut off the parts of myself that make me and people uncomfortable. I've been learning to integrate, to sit with my discomfort, even if the pain of the past feels unbearable in my body. I feel trapped in the feeling. Sometimes I feel like I don't know where home is in this earth. There is nowhere I want to be. Everything is uncomfortable. No safety in living. And salt water cleanses through tears. I needed the world to leave me alone, when it had demanded so much of me in my deepest pain. People pleasing to the extreme of my own annihilation. There is no space for grief. 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 Where can I go? Where can I be held? Who can hold my story of grief without recoiling from me? Of becoming. Blood of my blood. Love of my love. Where is your heart? How can you hold it? I think about my female ancestors, all the stories and desires they held but were barely documented, having no choice but to bleed and birth, child after child, labouring 11 children into the world, some dying in infancy, some achieving notoriety, but only the boys. No rights, no choice.
My parents sent me to my grandmother in Gloucester to learn shorthand and typing.
After you got offered a place in
Yes,
honours?
I know.
Oh.
Because that's the only way women, girls earned a living those days.
I wonder if these female stories of marriage and children will be a part of my life. The matrilineal line that connects my mother, her mother, and her mother, all through the line. I am my female ancestors' wildest dreams. I've been grieving parts of my life, grieving my grandmother, as she slowly dies and leaves this plane. What a big life she lived as a woman in the 20th century. I feel her urging me to live mine. I've been thinking about how death is like birth. There is death and birth and sex too. There is God between my thighs, the portal between two worlds. The God within you is the God within me. I saw my life like a circle. The moments of trauma were just blimps on my experience. They just acted as vehicles to go deeper into life. The only way is through. I always go back to the sea in my dreams, back to the Bahamas, back to the beach my mother grew up on.
Smiling in the wind. Thank you. She's such a good girl.
I see it now. I understand it, Constantine. In our work, it doesn't matter what we do, whether we act, whether we write. What matters is not the fame or the success, it's none of the things I used to dream about. It's carrying on, having faith, carrying the burden. I have a memory that feels like it's pre-birth, looking down on the earth and being so excited for the experiences I was going to have as a human. The great experience of joy and grief. So I try to remember my soul was so ecstatic to be on this earth, at this time, in this body, in this life, and that this is home.